From a young age, I learned how to avoid confrontation because it was easier than facing Jezebel, because when I used my voice to speak up, it got shot down. So I learned really young that it was easier to hide and to shove everything inside than it was to face the person in front of me or the situation. It was easier than facing confrontation. It was easier than standing up for myself. It was easier to hide away in my room, hide away inside myself, than it was to face what I've learned to be the spirit of Jezebel. It was easier to become an Ahab because I didn't have to speak up. It was easier to manipulate with my emotions, which I learned, I think, probably at a really young age, that if I didn't want to speak up for myself, then I could emotionally shut down. I could emotionally shut things out, and I could shove it all inside until I just felt perfectly fine, just to keep putting on the mask. So many masks, until I feel like I probably lost myself along the way, learning to stuff it all in. Not really healthy, but learn to push it all inside. A couple years ago, I found myself at a place where I got baptized, and in the waters of the baptism, I went through a massive deliverance. A lot of anger and hatred and rage and suicide and death came out in those waters, because at that time in my life, I probably got to the darkest place I could have gotten to, where I literally didn't know God. I probably wouldn't be sitting here. But the freedom that came from the waters was just a step in the process. Deliverance is just not a one and done thing. It's a walking out the process of healing, letting the Lord get into the places that are now free from all of the demonic oppression, to see what is lying underneath, to be able to find the roots of what's there, to be able to find true joy and peace from the torment that raged probably all my life, but it got really bad a couple of years before the deliverance. It's been a fight to be able to find my voice and the confidence to step out and speak, to even sit right here and do this, to learn who I am as a daughter, and to learn how much I'm loved by him. I don't have to perform. I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to please anyone. And I don't have to shut myself inside. But I can be who I am because he's called me to be who I am. He created me to be who I am. So it's time to come out of hiding. It's been time to come out of hiding, and I'm coming out of hiding.